Alright, welcome back to another Fix It Up video. Today, we got this Mk5 Supra here that we will be customizing. We'll turn this into some kind of build. I'm not 100% sure yet, and I'm also a little low on money because I did just go out and buy an MR2 for the next video, so we can do a customization on that. This, don't know why I brought it in here. It's got the engine I already want in it. Let me just double check the transmission though. We're good there. But yeah, I think these look really good. I think they did a great job with how these Mk5s look. I don't know exactly what color I want to go with on this thing. For now, I'm thinking kind of a basic white or gray would look really good on this. But then again, a red could look really good too. So we might try that out. I do think I like the white more. I could go with one of my light colors that I normally do. I don't know if it's really the move for the Supra. What about a gray? Gray does look really good. I'm thinking we could stick with this dark gray and kind of put some black wheels on it. I think that could look really good. So now the tough part is even more tough than it normally is getting some wheels for this thing. I don't want to use just these normal basic tires for this thing since we have access to a whole new tire shop. But the thing about that is we're going to need to buy wheels in here and tires just to figure out the fitment. And then I'm going to need to buy a whole nother set of the wheels, somehow fit them in my inventory, which I had to get rid of a bunch of rare wheels because of this update. And they also messed up the fitments a lot. I don't know if they did it on purpose or not, but now a lot of the wheels that used to fit a car doesn't fit the car anymore. So we'll have to figure that out. These, I actually might want to put all these back on and go get some airbags first. I don't think I have a spare set, no. So to help me out with the fitment, I will go get some bags because I think this would look really good lowered all the way. Where am I going? I was going to the sell place. I'm not trying to sell this to the NPC. That would be extremely unfortunate and a terrible loss. I'm so glad I just thought not to do that. Air suspension, and we put that in. There we go. Let's lower it down and see what the fitment... Oh, geez, okay, so we're gonna need to do quite a bit wider than what's on it right now. All right, we'll get this thing lifted up, and then the fitment looks a lot better lifted, but I think we're gonna need to go quite wide with these. Oh, brother, these are already a 320, 21 rim. I don't know if I'm gonna stick with the 21 rim though. What are these ones in the front? Are these any different? 260, 20 rim. I think we'll just go with a 20 rim front and back. These are 260s in the front, so I might go with like a, what about a 300 in the front? That's a little bit too wide. So maybe I'll go with a 280 in the front, 340 in the back, which would be crazy, but we'll see how that turns out to look. I'm thinking I want to go with a nice 5-spoke wheel. I could go with the same ones I have on my Mk4 Supra. Those wouldn't look bad. I'm actually going to try that, I think. We'll go with a 20, and I said a 280, I think, for the front. So I'll buy one of those and one of these just to put it together and check the fitment. And then I'm going to need to use even more money to go buy other tires and another set of rims afterwards, but we'll figure it out. There we go. Put that on the front. Doesn't look the greatest in the air, but lower it down it might. Yikes. Let's try an 18 rim. I'm gonna try the same specs but with the 18, see how that looks. I don't know, they messed with the tires a lot in this last update, made it a lot more difficult. All right, and hopefully that'll be good. Drop it down, give it a little look. They just look extremely small on this thing, the 18s. They fit good, but the rims just look a little small. But I like the looks of this thing like slammed. We'll give it one more attempt with a 19, just to make sure that the 19s don't fit. Because if a 19 will work, I can deal with that, I think. I could probably deal with the 18 as well, but it'll be a little bit more difficult. All right, third time's the charm. Let's drop it down. And it is like barely not poking through. But when I'm in the driver's seat, it pokes through. All right. So, but when it's parked, it doesn't. We'll just go with the 18s, I guess. I don't know. Unless I wanted to put the stance at 2 instead of the 1. I will just throw some of these on the left side here just so we can actually make it down to the wheel shop later. We got these on 280. Okay, so let me buy some more of those. 18 280s. Buy 2 of the rims because I'm going to need them for when I get the new tires. And then for the back, what am I thinking? A 240? 240 might work. What was on it before? Was it a 240 already? Or not a 3? I'm losing it. Forgetting what I'm doing. 340. I think in a 340 will be good for the back. Let's just drop it down and hope. Nope. No, no, no. It's gonna need... Actually... It's not terrible, but I think we will need to go up one more. So we'll grab a 360 and hope the 360s are perfect. Grab a 20 just to double check. And we'll throw that on there. It doesn't look terrible from here. I think we could live with that. 360 it is. So now that means I'm gonna need to get 2 of these. Okay, I should have enough inventory space to run down and grab the tires. We'll drop this thing down now. It's got tires on all around, although they're not the best. It's got some. So we can bring this thing down to the other city, and we can do a stock speed test on the way down. Then we can tune it while we're down there and get some new tires. I do like that they added the new tires, but I don't like that you have to keep either the tires or the wheels in your inventory. Just have that inventory space just to be able to actually put them on the rims, and there's no rim machine down there, so you have to come all the way back just to put them on. But it's not the end of the world. So we'll just do a stock speed test here. But yeah, I think they could have done that a little bit differently. At least had a tire machine down there. They didn't need to make it to where you could buy rims down there, but at least... Oh, I thought I could dodge that. At least a tire machine down there would be very useful. This isn't the slowest thing ever on stock speed test with the V6, but it isn't the fastest thing ever, definitely. And we max out at 167, it seems like. So that's not too crazy either. Wiped out there, but we should be fine. We didn't get stuck or anything, so that's all that matters. But I guess we'll get right down to the tire shop, and then we'll dyno test this thing. All right, we've made it to the tire shop, which if you didn't know, in the last update, they just added this tire shop right next to the Dyno Tune place. And they got all these different tires, sport tires, eco tires, daily tires, slick tires. We're not going with a drift build on this. That was the plan, but if you want to see a drift build for a Mk5 Supra, check out Aura's video. It'll be linked up in the top of the screen, and it'll be linked in the description probably, but he did a drag build with one of his Mk5s. Which, speaking of, at the moment, this is one of Aura's Mk5s, but I am trying to trade some cars for it, so we'll see if I can get that done. But I'm gonna need 2 of these sport tires, and then what was the other size? 280, 18, and then we need the 280 for the tire, and then 1 and 2. Now we can bring all these down. But yeah, the eco tires, cheapest tires here. If you wanted this size, 222 or 252 for that. Well, we could do the same size. For the 20s, it would be 403. For the 20s of the daily, it would be so they're pretty much $100 different. From eco to daily to then sport is a little over 100 more, and then slicks, they're about 100 more than the sport. The slicks more for drag racing. I think you want the normal tires like in the other shop for drifting. And then I think there's cheap. The eco ones are cheap, and the daily ones. The eco might also save mileage. You might get less mileage. I'm not 100% sure on that though. And then I don't really know the perks at the daily, but we got those. We can dyno tune this thing, and then we can bring it down and put the wheels back on it. 20, 63, 50 here. Come on, 50. 35 for fuel mix, 50 for the valve timing. So this is if you have a V6 and want to tune it and don't know the tune yet, this is the tune right here. Feel free to screenshot it, save it for later if you need to. But I'm going to put this on this, and we will test out the horsepower on this thing. All right, let's see what she's gotten for horsepower in this Mk5 here. All right, 1275 and 1168 torque. I'm pretty sure that is max. The torques are always different. They're not always like a flat number, but normally max horsepower ends in a 0.00. So I know it's going to be at least max horsepower. We'll go do a quick tune speed test, and then I'm going to reset and try and go get that 1% before it despawns, because I do need the money. All right, let's test out the difference now. We'll see how fast it is now compared to how it was before. Still isn't all that fast, but it is definitely faster than it was. I can tell that for sure. We're pretty much at max speed. Yep, there we are, max speed already. All right, well, I mean, it's not the fastest car, but it is a Mk5 Supra, and it looks so good. So I'm definitely gonna try and be keeping this in my garage if I can figure out a trade with Aura. But we'll get those tires on, and I'm also gonna buy that 1%. All right, well, I bought the 1%, so now we can go use this tire machine to get some tires onto this thing, and then we can just check to make sure the fitment's still good and everything. But we'll take all of these off for now. There we go, and let's get these tires together. Oh, tire fell off. I was gonna do that all that montage and everything, but it's all right. We'll put the 2 back tires on there, and then the 2 front tires, and they should be good enough fitment. They look fine. They're poking out a little bit without the bags down, but that's fine. I built this to be slammed, and I think we're good. Fitment on the front isn't terrible. I think they could be wider a little bit more. It possibly could be a little wider in the back too. But then again, it's not that bad. I think I'm going to leave it at least for now. Now we got the sport tires on it. I mean, we could test some drifting out a little bit in this parking lot before we head over and test it actually on the drag strip, which it definitely doesn't drift too bad at all. Yeah, this might be one of my new favorite drift cars in the game. If I ever do a drift meet, I'll probably be bringing this thing. Either this or, I mean, that BMW 340i is still really fun to drift. We'll bring this thing over to the drag strip, see how it does. All right. We'll leave traction control off, put it in standard mode, and we'll see how we can do here. The button's working. I've had some issues in some different servers with the buttons not working, but it seems to be working here. So we can see what kind of time we can get. 5:26, not terrible, but not amazing, obviously. Give it another go, see if I can get the better time. Maybe we won't give it another go because the button isn't working. All right, yeah, like I said, I've been having a lot of issues with this button recently. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Don't know why. Hopefully they can crack the code there and figure out what's wrong with that thing. But I guess while we're waiting, I can talk about the price of this thing. I mean, right now they're around 10 mil. Most of them I've been seeing still trying to get 12 to 13 mil out of them. But if you're lucky enough, you could find some deals for 10, maybe even under 10 mil, which I'm sure these will be going up in price quite a lot. Oh, we got the button to work, but I'm sure these will go up in price quite a lot once they're taken out of the auctions, if they are taken out of the auctions Friday, unless they give them the S2K treatment and leave them in for a few weeks, but hopefully that's not going to be the case. We got a 536. That's not terrible. A little worse than last time, but not too bad at all. As long as it's under a 5.5, I'm not mad. Oh, the button's working again. Don't have to wait anymore. Let's go. Could have been a better launch. 531. I want to see if I can get it under 520. I feel like it's got to be doable, but I'm not sure. All right, the button's not working again. Let's go. All right, we got it working. This will probably be the last run, but we'll see if I can get a better time than I have, which I think a 526. The first run was our fastest. And 533. So it's getting around 530 every time, which isn't bad. Definitely not the go-to drag car. I mean, it's also not a drag build. I didn't put slicks on it or anything. But it is a nice drift car. I will say that. Yeah, we're getting a pretty decent drift going around the roundabout right now. Hold on to it. Lost it a little bit there. But it drifts pretty good. It's definitely, like I said, one of my favorite drift cars in this game. And I love the looks of these as well. I was just about to end the video off and then forgot I needed to tint this thing. I always forget about the tint, so we'll go 15% on this one. And that does make it look a lot better. I was debating about painting these wheels with a black or something, but I kind of like the white. Oop, and there's a light pole. But I definitely do like the white with the gray. A nice accent. Makes them stand out a little bit more. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. We'll do a little edit though after the end of my outro, just like always. But I think this thing came out looking really good. I think these just are amazing looking cars, and they did a great job with this model. The back of it looks awesome. The side looks great. The front of it looks great. And I love the color that this is in. I've seen a few different Mark 5s in some servers. I don't think I've seen a gray one though. I love how this turned out though. I think it looks amazing. I wish the tires could have been a little bigger like rim on the side, but it is what it is. It would have been poking out the front if I went any bigger. But I guess that's about it. Next video, we'll probably be doing an MR2. Not sure when that'll come out exactly, but Friday we will be going live, hopefully with a new update on the game. We can check out the new auction cars. If there's new auction cars, we can check out whatever else they add. Hopefully they upgrade the body shop, because in the last update, they put a sign on the body shop, which we actually should have went over there. They put a sign on the body shop pretty much saying close soon for renovations or something like that. And they were talking about in their Discord about reworking how the whole body shop works. So we'll see if there's any new body parts and how that's going to work when that comes out. Hopefully it's this update, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll stop yapping. That's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. And until next time, peace out.